Target has a disappointing third quarter. Casey's, 7-Eleven, Yesway, and BP are among this year's C-Store winners in a Salute to Excellence Awards. And Winn-Dixie plans to expand its in-store Amazon return kiosks in Florida. Welcome to Retail Daily, your quick look at the top stories from Supermarket News and CSP Daily News. I'm CSP Editor Chuck Yulee.
And I'm Supermarket News Senior Editor Bill Wilson. Target recently introduced a new policy encouraging workers to smile more and interact with customers. But after a disappointing third quarter, the retailer took on an extremely serious tone. Although food and beverage sales continued to grow, net sales fell 1.5% year over year, and comparable sales dropped 3.8%, the Minneapolis-based retailer reported on Wednesday. The quarter began with a relatively flat August, followed by a decline in September, and flat sales again in October.
Casey's, 7-Eleven, Yesway, and BP were among this year's C-Store winners for the Private Label Manufacturers Association's Salute to Excellence Awards. The annual awards recognize outstanding food and non-food products introduced over the past year across supermarkets, drugstores, mass merchandisers, convenience stores, online retailers, and wholesalers.
Winn-Dixie plans to expand its in-store Amazon return kiosks to 68 additional stores in 23 Florida counties, widening a program that allows shoppers to drop off Amazon packages during regular grocery visits. The expansion follows a pilot launched earlier this year at 20 stores in the Jacksonville area, including locations in Clay, Duval, Nassau, and St. Johns counties.
Shoppers taking GLP-1 medications will hold more purchasing power over the next few years, according to a new research from Chicago-based marketing firm Circana LLC. New findings show that households using these medications, currently 23%, are projected to account for 35% of all food and beverage units sold by 2030. The research highlights a clear shift toward healthier lifestyles among GLP-1 users.
Grocery TV has broadened its partnership with Wakefern Food Corporation, adding its in-store screen network to 31 more ShopRite locations in New York and New Jersey. The digital displays have been placed near store entrances, checkout areas, and in pharmacies. The screens are used to share store announcements, employment information, and notices about ongoing sales. They also provide a channel for brands to advertise to shoppers during their store visit.
EG Group reported its third quarter earnings on Wednesday. In the U.S., grocery and merchandise represent the largest share of gross profit at 51%, or $222 million. Fuel contributed 40%, while food service accounted for a smaller portion at 3%. And other streams made up the remaining 6%. EG Group also hired Mike Leon as Chief Accounting Officer and Bob Swan as Chief Human Resource Officer. They will join the company on January 5th, 2026.
Senator Martin Heinrich of New Mexico announced Monday that the Ensuring the Necessary Destruction of Illicit Chinese Tobacco Act has passed the Senate and was signed into law. This new legislation gives the Food and Drug Administration authority to destroy adulterated, misbranded, or counterfeit tobacco products, including unauthorized e-cigarettes imported from China, Heinrich's office said in a statement.
Citco is expanding its Club Citco loyalty program. Customers will be able to earn or redeem rewards in other places like hotels, travel brands, mass wholesalers, and regional grocers. Club Citco will also add an age verification feature to support compliance for age-restricted products.
RaceTrac is opening its 600th convenience store on Thursday in Garden City, Georgia. Atlanta-based RaceTrac will celebrate the store's grand opening with festivities Thursday that include a 600-gallon fuel giveaway. The new store is at 1780 Dean Forest Road.
The everlasting struggle for labor will become even more intense as policy, economic, lifestyle, and demographic factors conspire to reduce the available pool for the food service industry and increase costs. This prediction kicks off CSP sister research arm Technomic's 2026 U.S. Food Service Trends Forecast. Labor pool trends are not in the industry's favor, Technomic said. U.S. labor participation among 16 to 19-year-olds has declined from 53% in 1994 to 37% in 2024. It's forecast to drop to 35% by 2034.
And that will do it for today's episode of Retail Daily. Subscribe on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and more for your daily dose of retail news. For more on these stories, visit CSP Daily News and Supermarket News. I'm Bill Wilson.
And I'm Chuck Yulee. Have a great day.